Good evening, everybody, and welcome along to the final stream of One Hub Racing Season 22. And we're going to take a look back of the season as a whole, go through our champions, as well as crown some of our other prizes, including the Going Gets Tough Award from ERT, the most podiums, qualifying time, and fastest lap, and more importantly, the lovely rankings that Cam organised. My name is Jess Ball, and I've brought with me someone very, very talented in racing, and he's also a nice friend to me as well. It is my good friend Colin. Colin, how you doing?
Evening, Jess. Thank you very much for having me. Looking forward to going through this. It's going to be good fun.
Yes, it is, and I hope you're all as excited as I am as well. We had 3 tiers this season. We had one, obviously P1, P2, P3. We had less than last season. Season 22 was a lot of fun for both of us. How did you find it overall?
I loved it. It was a great season. I did a massive bottle job at Silverstone, jumping the start. Sorry, Jamie. I jumped the start and caused him to jump the start. But no, it was great racing in P2, right from top to bottom. It was really close, a lot of fun, and a lot of good banter as well. Yeah, it was brilliant.
Yeah, the same for me as well, because obviously P3, they got rid of P4, so P3 was a harder tier for me this season, and I struggled a bit at first, but it was really competitive. I think it pushed me to get better results as the season goes on, and I was able to get points in every single race apart from one, the ones I started on, so yeah, it's very good. I would like to let you know in the chat, what was your favourite part of the season? I see quite a few of you in the chat already. But whilst we get to your thoughts in the chat, we may as well go through our champions. And starting off with our P3 champion, which I believe was the first to be crowned, Lawrence in P3. He was in P3 last season as well, and Mr. Consistency, he got up there and he did a brilliant job, and he won quite a few races this season as well, and he was able to win the Constructors alongside his teammate Quinn. So what do you think about Lawrence this season?
He drove really well. It was his consistency that did it. His lowest result was 6th. Jonas, who only finished 1 point behind him, did actually win one more race than him. But it was Lawrence's consistency throughout the season that done it. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, I loved racing with him. I think there was a few times where I had to hold him up quite a few times, but then a lap later he would pass me. But there we go. But anyway, it's just great to see him. Like, he was near like the midfield in P3 last season, and then he's gone on to win the title. It's just a nice sort of progression from Lawrence in a way. He definitely deserved to be that. He had obviously Jonas for close company. Jonas pulled off a nice challenge towards the end of season 22, and he won quite a few races as well. I think he won most of the races towards the end of this season. So yeah, I wonder if Jonas got his head in gear at the start of the season. I wonder if the championship would have been closer.
I was looking back at his results, and he started off a bit slow. He missed round 1, I believe, and then round 2 he was 10th, followed by a couple of 5ths. And then towards the end of the season then, he was on the top step for most of it. So he had a bit of a slow start, but then really, really knuckled down. And the last few races, he was on fire.
Yeah, I don't think anyone could have beaten him. I think I remember in Belgium, like, even though when he pitted for a stop, he still came out like miles ahead, and that safety car did not faze him at all. And I think it was a similar situation to Silverstone as well. No matter what fazed him, he did really well. But it was just a shame that he didn't have that form at the start of the season. Otherwise, he would have challenged, I think, Lawrence for the title. But interestingly, how close it was, because Lawrence missed a race. Lawrence won the championship, but it ended up winning the championship by 1 point. So that... Imagine if Jonas had his head in high gear at the start of the season. If he would have got podiums and wins at the start of the season, he would have won the championship. And he's probably going to kick himself after saying that. But there we go. So great job for him. And obviously Constructors, we just talked about it. Obviously Quinn and Lawrence. Obviously Quinn having a great season as well. Got podiums in most races. There were some races where he was unlucky as well. But I knew they were in parties a lot of the time as well. And it's always great to have a teammate that you gel on pretty quickly as well. And I almost picked Quinn as a team. I kind of wish I did now, but yeah, Lawrence and Quinn were a solid unit working together this season. I can tell from the results both of them had.
Yeah, Quinn drove really well this year. He really did have some cracking battles. I remember watching with him and Hooky as well, and those two seemed to share the track all the time. But yeah, Quinn drove superbly well, and he really does deserve that Constructors' Championship. Another one who was very, very consistent towards the end of the season, 2 podiums in a row. Unfortunately, he had a DNF round 7, which I think was up France, I think, which derailed him a bit. But brilliant performance, and best of the rest outside the top 3.
Exactly, he was, to be honest, the top 3 were in a league of their own anyway, so no matter what Quinn would have done, he would have stayed 4th anyway, so well done. Some solid performances from King J, who improved from last season as well, and there was quite a few people that did quite well as well, and it was quite a close field. I think everybody, to put it into perspective, everyone from like 8th downwards all the way down to like 13th are separated by 10 points, which shows how close this grid is. But we talked about P3. We may as well talk about your tier now, since you know this tier very well. You probably know a lot more about this tier than I do, even though I watch the tiers. But it was nice to see White Fountain back again racing, and to top it all off, he won a title, his first title in a while, and he's a One Hub legend. So yeah, well deserved, and narrowly beaten Scorpion as well for the title, both on PC as well.
Oh, they were brilliant, and they're great guys on and off the track. Really clean drivers, hard drivers. You know that you're on form if you are beating any of those pair. And it was only 4 points in it at the end between Scorpion and White Fountain. Scorpion was quite unlucky this season, I gotta be honest. I know one race he had his Wi-Fi disconnected.
Yeah, so I think that's what stopped him. Yeah.
But obviously I missed out with Lukey, which was really nice because me and Lukey were in a party chat for most of the season with Waitsy as well. So it was a lot of fun, that last race, chatting to each other. And when I got a 3-second penalty, he's like, "Oh, good. No offense, Cole, but good." It was a lot of fun. It was really good. And there's so many drivers throughout the whole grid who I enjoyed racing with. Casper, Waitsy, Keys, Cam, obviously J. Luke. All the drivers there are very, very good. And if you're not on form, you're not going to get in the top 10. It's so tight.
Also,
and I got to be honest as well, I got to give a lot of credit to Gaza.
I was about to mention him.
P3, and he, especially his Canada performance, absolutely, he had a cracking drive in Canada, and he was right on my rear wing, and it was very tight. But he's fair play, especially being Gaza's last season as well.
It is.
And he's tremendous advocate for league racing and One Hub. Top man.
Yeah, thank you, obviously, Gaza, for the work you've done racing in One Hub as well, too, coordinating as well. He's still going to be behind the scenes in the management team, doing some ad hoc roles here and there, so don't worry, you won't see the last of him behind the scenes, but on the chat, it'll just be such a shame to see him go. But obviously, he's got a job now, a really, really good job from what I've heard as well. He seems to be enjoying it as well. And yeah, in the chat, just put in your nice messages for Gaza, because he is just such an amazing person. He started all the way back in season 8, which is a long time, pretty much over 10 seasons, 14 seasons, I believe, he's raced in One Hub, which that's just incredible. I only started racing in season 15. I only started commentating season 12, 13, so he's been here longer than me. But yeah, thank you, Gaza. I think I battled with each other, with you quite a lot in the last few seasons, so yeah, much appreciated. But we may as well talk about the constructors, which was at least Scorpion got a trophy in a way because he won the Constructors alongside his teammate. But with them finishing P1 and 2, it was inevitable they would win the Constructors. I think the first Constructors to be announced, I think, in all the tiers. So, dominant performance from the top two. And it's nice. They're good friends as well. So, yeah, another good partnership.
Yeah. Those two, the combination is lethal. They drove so well each. I think they had one bad race. I remember Delta having a bit of a struggle around Bahrain.
Yes.
But other than that, really speaking, they didn't have any bad races.
He finished 13th in. He
15th in Silverstone as well, I think, was it?
Yeah, he didn't have a good race in Silverstone, but he scored points. So those were the only two races he didn't do well. And he didn't do well in the feature race in Bahrain as well. The second race, what was round 2? Round Portugal. That was it. He didn't do well in Portugal either. So there was 3 races where he didn't do well. The other races, he either finished first, second, or third. So the races he was in the points, he was on the podium. Well, Scorpion was roughly about the same, but he did get a few 8th and 10th places. But I want to see how well they do next season as well with those two. I think Scorpion would want a rematch, against White Falcon, don't you think?
Oh, I'm convinced of that. He will definitely want a rematch. To be honest, I think a lot of drivers in P2 would like a rematch against him as well, myself included.
I know a lot of people would want a rematch. Any P2 people want a rematch. I have to say, credit to P2 this season. I think out of obviously all the tiers this season, that had the best attendance. It had some very close racing. It was, I think, the most closest tier, throughout across all the 3 tiers. And it was just generally very, very good to watch. Plus, the commentators for P2 are pretty good as well. Moore and Tom, I always enjoy watching them every week as well. So it was just great, P2 all around, with having, on average, the best attendance out of all the tiers. So, yeah. And there's people that could have been up there if they had their day, but unfortunately they didn't. But P1. Now, P1 didn't have the best attendance, but still they produced some good races. And again, another PC champion in the form of J. Cole. Nice to see him get a title after obviously being a part with us for a few seasons. And, we obviously knew what happened with a certain someone in P1. I don't want to talk about it because it would bring a whole can of worms, but yeah, I think since that person left P1, I think the championship got close. Also, we had Namsco left as well for a reason that we're not going to mention either. But yeah, it got quite close in the end. I think it was 5 points in it, between the top two. And Tima in the end managed finishing second place because Samba had Wi-Fi issues.
Yeah, it was quite unlucky for Samba. He was certainly in the hunt. But it was brilliant because it was only 12 points between first, second, and third in P1. It was really tight. And what I found quite interesting was obviously season 21 P2 champion is now season 21 P2 champion is now season 22 P1 champion, J. Cole. And he's a cracking guy. I've had the opportunity to have a little chat with him over the last few months, and top bloke. Very, very good racer, very, very good, and consistent. And that's the key, I think, with these
champions,
shorter seasons than the real F1 calendar. It's just about consistency. If you could be consistently on the podium, it showed last year, you don't actually need to win a race to win a title as long as you're consistent.
Yeah, exactly. And obviously he's a very nice guy as well. He owns a very lovely league as well that I'm a part of as well with Larkin. So, yeah, I respect both J. Cole and Larkin very, very much. So, yeah, I think there was one person that won the tier below and then the tier above the next season. I can't remember who it was as well. So J. Cole wasn't the first to do it, but, you know, He's done a good job, and I'm just looking at the P1 standings now to see who else has had a good season. Obviously, Timo having some strong results here and there, but he DNF'd in round 1. that he scored points in every other race apart from that. Ryder Dow with his win in Silverstone. It's nice to have someone who didn't have good results in some races to have 2 wins this season. And I felt so delighted for Ryder Dow when he came across the line in first in the final race of the season. And that really pretty much secured him P3 in the championship. Without that win, he would have been P4 and Samba would have taken that podium spot in the standings.
Yeah, he really was under pressure. And he should be put himself under pressure more often because he was perfect throughout quali and the race. He was really on it. And the 2 wins that he got helped him get that P3 by 1 point, which is nuts.
I think it was by 2 points to Namsko as well. Obviously, Namsko is disqualified now because he couldn't win anyway, but he was dropped down to 5th because he missed a few races. But there we go. But anyway, we'll go through the constructors very quickly. I was meant to finish this at 7:30, and we just gone through the champions, so we may as well speed this up quickly. But Jake Larkin again, constructors champions. Colin, it seems to be a theme, isn't it? The driver who wins the driver championship, they go on to win the constructors with their teammate.
Yeah, it's quite mad, isn't it? It's and I know that J. Cole and Larkin are good friends as well.
Yeah.
And I think that makes a difference as well, because you could be in a party chat together, you get on with them, and you can help each other out with strategy and stuff, and I think that makes a difference as well.
That does. That really does. And obviously, I say they are in a lead together as well, which does help as well. And obviously, J. Cole races on PC now. So does Delta as well. So we have 2 PC drivers champions this season, which I have to say is very, very good. I have to say, with our first proper season in crossplay. So congratulations to our first 2 PC champions of One Hub Racing. They'll be in the history books, won't they? They'll probably be honoured, I think, that they've got the first PC title as well. They'll have a nice trophy to go with it as well. So very, very exciting. So without further ado, let's go through the other prizes that we still haven't announced yet and crowned. So I know Cam wants to watch Daytona, so we may as well go through his little toy that he's had for the last 2 seasons. It's his little gadget, I like to call it. It is the rankings. I love this. It's really, really good. He got this idea from another league, but he wanted to use it here as well, which I'm really glad he has. So basically what he does each week is he gets all the qualifying results, all the race results, and he combines them as an overall race ranking that the driver will have. For each race, the qualifying is out of 12. And the race is out of 20. Then the overall ranking is out of 100. I believe if you have an engine penalty, that won't reflect badly on your ranking. If you missed a race, that you'll get a bit of a penalty for that as well. So that's why we see a few people go down. And what's very, very exciting, we trialled this out last season as well, but we are going to do it again this season. The top 20 will be invited to the All-Star race around a certain track, which I don't know yet. I think Cam's going to organise all of that. So, yeah.
Monaco. Stop, Monaco.
Well, it doesn't matter for me because I just missed out in the reserve, so I'm not going to be racing. I'm going to be commentating. But attendance won't be mandatory, by the way, and 21 to 30 will be reserved. So. That'll be this coming Friday, the All-Star race. So, and because of that, we are going to be going in the top, going through the rankings from 20 to 1, basically. But first of all, we may as well go through the teams, the top 10 in the teams overall. So, Colin, I'll hand it over to you.
So, the top 10 teams. So we'll start in average quali rank. In 10th place, AlphaTauri with 4.9. Then Aston Martin with 5.25. McLaren 6. Alpine 6.1. Alfa Romeo 6.6. Mercedes 6.6. Haas 6.8, Williams 7.3, Ferrari 7.8, and Red Bull 8. So that will go to the overall ranking, and in 10th place on 33.97, AlphaTauri. In 9th place with 43.8, Aston Martin. Then we have, with 49.9 points, McLaren. Then with 50.31, Haas. Then with 53.25, Alpine. And in 5th place with 53.94 is Mercedes. And in 4th place, which was my team this year, Alfa Romeo with 56.22. In 3rd, Williams with a rank of 60.08.
My team, woo!
Team. Now, 2nd place with 64.76 is Ferrari. And so the top team, replicating real F1 at the minute, with a score of 67.28 is Red Bull.
So Red Bull 67.28, yeah, Red Bull as well. And I'm just looking at what obviously Cam sent to me earlier on in terms of the rankings as well. I think for the top 3 at least, it's been quite consistent in terms of quality and the race, which led them to the average ranking anyway. And yeah, that I think that helps a little bit. But Haas did very well in qualifying, but not as good in the race. So that's what bumped them down a bit. Shame about AlphaTauri, but there you go. You've got to do what you've got to do. But now we're going to announce the 20 drivers that will be in the All-Star race, the top 20 in the rankings. Now, like I said, qualifying's out of 12, races out of 20, final rank is out of 100. If you're not on this list and want to find out your ranking, speak to Cam after this. I think he'll post the 4 rankings from first down to 60. I think there was more than 60, obviously, due to people coming in and out and stuff. So we didn't agree on how we should reveal this overall, but we may as well take 5 drivers each. Does that sound good, Colin?
Sounds good to me.
Okay then. So I'm just gonna. Oh, it would help if I had it in front of me as well. So in 20th spot, if the video decides to change, come on, there we go. From 11th to 20th, so starting with number 20, with a final rank score of 64.06, is Cam in the Mercedes. Number 19 is Mert with an average score of 64.41. Number 18 with also an average score of a final rank, it's not average score, it's final score of 64.41 is Odems, the Confessor, in the Red Bull. In number 17 in the McLaren with a final score of 64.47 is Jinx, so congratulations to him. And in 16th place with a final score of 66.19 in the I can't remember what car he's in. Oh no, he's in the Alpine, yeah. In the Alpine is J-Luke. So congratulations. And Colin's gonna go through 15th to 11.
So, in 15th place with a final score of 67.59 is TGG King. In 14th place with 67.88 is Waitsy. The other, also in the Alpine. 13th.
He's in the Williams.
Williams was here. There, my bad. In 13th place with 68.19 is Quinn. In 12th with 68.25 is Samba. And in 11th place with 69.06 is Luki.
So there we go. Those are your positions from 11th to 20th. I don't know why I said ETB. I think I must have read it wrong. So sorry, Jinx. I do apologise. It's been a long week. It's been very stressful, but there we go. But yeah, funny that Lukey has a ranking of 69, but there we go. So yes, we will move on to. Actually, it'll be weird. It will be weird if actually no. I'll do the next one. It actually does work out if I do the next one. Anyway, I'll do 10 to 6, and you do the honours of doing the final 5, which is very special. Right. So, by the way, Colin knows his ranking because I told him earlier on. So, in 10th spot, with a final score of 70.38, in the Haas, we have got OP Tim. In 9th place, with a final... I keep saying average. It's final score. Final score. With a final score of 70.72. He's from ERT, one of our partners of the season, as well as Samba. ERT Timo. In 8th place, with a final score of 71.19, is in the Red Bull. It is Ryderdow. You can see a theme. There's a lot of Red Bulls in these rankings. That's probably why they got an overall rank of pretty good as well. You'll probably see a common theme with the constructors as well. In 7th place, with a final score of 72.63, is our P1 champion, Jaco. And in 6th place, in the Alfa Romeo, with a final score of 76.56, and he can gloat all he wants in the Discord chat right now with me. It is Colin from P2.
Jamie. Right, so now we'll do the top 5.
Yes.
So, in 5th place, with a final rank of 79.44, is Jonas. In 4th place, with a rank of 80.06, is Delta Hunter. Now the top 3. In 3rd place, with a score of 83, Nick. In 2nd place, with a score of 83.94, Axlock. And so, the top driver for the One Hub Racing driver ranking with a score of 85.53 is your P3 champion, Lawrence. Well done, Lawrence.
And that's what I like about these rankings, Colin. You don't have to be the P1 champion to be on top of them. It's based on your overall ranking in that particular in overall, and they don't place you basically. Well, it's out of 20 out of all the drives in the tier, and then it gets ranked up to an overall rank for all overall as well. That's what I like about it. And yeah, I agree in the chat. Lawrence absolutely smashed it by, I think, 2. I can't even do the math. Around about 2 overall rankings. So yeah, that's pretty good indeed. So we've done the rankings. So if you saw your name in there, expect a message from Cam later on tonight saying if you want to be a part of the All-Star race this Friday. Cam, if you confirm the time, which I believe it's 7 p.m. this Friday. So if you can make it, let him know. And we'll find out from who was 21st to 30 who could get called in if someone else can't make it. I know Luca can't make it, so whoever's 21st will get to go in the All-Star race if they're free. Yeah, it is 7 p.m. Friday. Brilliant. So, fastest lap prize then. So, we have been partnered with Aztec this season. Thank you very much to Aztec for providing a lot of our prize this season. And whoever got the most fastest lap overall this season will win a set of Forte pedals from Aztec Sim Sport. So thank you very much to them. Much appreciated. I believe, Colin, you've got the winner of that award. So would you like to announce it, please?
Yeah, so the driver with the most fastest laps and winning those cracking set of pedals is Jonas. Well done, Jonas. Fantastic season, that. It's quite difficult to get that many fastest laps whilst also being at the front, because sometimes you'll get fastest laps from chucking on soft tyres towards the end when you're out the points. But no, he's done really well. Well done, Jonas. Nice one.
Yeah, congratulate. I think I lost count of how many fastest laps he got. He was had such good race pace as well, and was just very, very, very quick as well. And yeah, good to see him up there. So he gets a prize at least. He gets second place prize and he gets fast lap prize. Enjoy your pedals, and hopefully you can put it to good use. So then, our next prize will be a new prize from Pure Sim Gear coming soon. A new product, which is very exciting. We will get to reveal it very soon once we know more. But yeah, the driver with the most podiums overall will win a set of that Pure Sim Gear prize, which is very, very exciting. And we are going to have the opportunity of our first wheel. So we're going to get out because we got two possibilities because they're joint for the amount of podiums. I can't remember how many they got, but it was unsurprisingly, Azalock and Delta Hunter are in the running for the most podiums award. Who do you think will win? It's going to be random, by the way, but who do you think will get that prize?
Knowing Axlock's luck last year, probably Delta.
Get what?
I think. I reckon. Axlock. I'm hoping Axlock gets it.
You're hoping Azalock gets it. Oh.
Yep.
Well, I'm going to go for Delta Hunter, so we're different, okay?
There we go. Sounds good.
Right, so 8 podiums each as well. I forgot that Gazza actually did most of the awards, calculated most of the awards. The only one he didn't do was the Go and Get Stuff award. I did that, but Gazza did all the rest. So thank you, Gazza, for calculating those as well. So Azalock and Delta are in the running for the most podiums this season. I have got the wheel as well. It is 6 seconds behind on Colin's screen, so we'll probably have a late reaction. By the way, Jonas and Lawrence close behind with 7, so yeah, that was close. But it could have been 4 people on the wheel. But anyway, the winner of the most podiums, which will win a to be confirmed prize from Pure Sim Gear, one of our sponsors, is, you can't hear the spinny thing, but it is our P2 champion, Delta Hunter. So congratulations, Delta Hunter. You have won something from Pure Sim Gear, which we will reveal very, very soon. So now...
Oh, Axlock. Jinxed.
Yeah. So we'll move on to our next prize now, which is pretty much a new award this season, combined with our sponsors. Aztec Sim Sports. Again, they provided most of our prizes this season, so a massive congratulations to them. So the shortest qualifying, everyone's times from each week are added together, and the person with the shortest qualifying time wins. If you serve an engine penalty, miss a race, don't set a time, or join after that race, you'll be given a time that's 107% of the fastest time. If your tier has a wet qualifying that week, tough luck, I'm afraid. So that's probably why P3 haven't won anything for this award, because we've mostly had wet qualifyings, which was quite unlucky for us. So, Colin, can you reveal the shortest combined qualifying time winner?
So the shortest qualifying time winner was the P2 runner-up, Axlock.
There we go.
Well done, Axlock. Nice one, mate.
That's quite nice. So Delta Hunter got the podium one, and Axlock got the qualifying time one. So there we go. The Red Bulls are feeling very, very good. So we'll move on to our final prize of the season, the one that I love the most because I helped calculate that one for this season. The ERT Going Gets Tough Award, and it's something that's close to my heart as well. If you finish outside the top 3, attend every race, and complete all your pre- and post-race interviews, you will be placed into a wheel and be in a chance to win an Aztec Sim Sport t-shirt and Dex pad. So it's in partnership with an ERT and Aztec Sim Sports this year. So yeah, and what a great award to whoever wins it.
Oh, it's going to be brilliant, isn't it? That's a cracking prize. I think I'm in for this one. I think.
Yeah,
I'm
you
not
are.
sure. There we are. No, it's a great concept as well. It gives the opportunity for drivers who haven't had the most successful season to being with a shout of winning something. So just remember now, everyone, season 23, make sure you do all your interviews. And if you turn up to every race, then you'll have an opportunity to be involved in this then.
Okay, so we've got our wheel once again. There's around about, I think, 6 or 7 drivers that are still in the running. So we will see who is in the running. Apologies about the advert that you can see on the left-hand side of your screen. But, yeah, the winner of the ERT Going Gets Tough Award, who will win themselves an Aztec Sim Sports t-shirt and desk pad is... I'm kind of jealous because I wanted one of those. It is Jamie Met 92. Congratulations. You have won yourself an Aztec Sim Sports t-shirt and mouse pad. So well done. There's only one winner this year, and I had to check with Lukey earlier. There is definitely one winner. So, yeah. So, hang on a minute. Let me get Jamie's video there. There we go. Got it. Congratulations, Jamie.
Well done, Jamie. Nice one. Jamie had a cracking season as well in P2.
Yes.
He drove really well, never give up, kept pushing, and he's definitely improved as a driver without shadow of a doubt. Well done, Jamie. Thoroughly deserved, mate.
Yeah, he scored quite a few points as well. He had to admit he struggled quite a bit, but he was able to get points when no one else did. So, yeah, well done to Jamie. Well done to everyone else that's won prizes today. I think a lot of the prizes today went to the Red Bull drivers in P2. But there we go. I'm just trying to find the sponsor notes because we're going to have a few thank yous to make, and the sponsors is one of them. So, thank you to our sponsor, Next Level Racing, who sponsor the league for providing prizes. They're not going to provide prizes this season, though. Watch out next season. Aztec Sim Sports, who sponsor the league by providing a multitude of prizes with different ways to win them. The driver with the most fastest laps wins a set of 4A pedals. The drivers with the shortest combined qualifying times win a set of 4A pedals and boots. We also have Gamergoo, who sponsor the league by providing Gamergoo samples to trophy winners. Pure Sim Gear, who sponsor the league by providing a new product not launched yet to the driver with the most podiums. We also got our partners, Vespertine, who support our official apparel and merchandise, which you can check out. We've also got ERT, Elite Racing Team, who partner the ERT Going Gets Tough Award and League trophies. So thank you very much to them. And finally, we got SimGrid, powered by SimGrid, run our seasons through our community and platform. So thank you to all our sponsors and partners for this season. Any final thoughts before, or any thank yous that you would like to give to everybody?
I'd like to give a huge thank you to all the commentators. They've done such a great job all season. And obviously without those guys, it's not half as much fun. You know, looking back, watching your race with the commentating is we're very lucky to have that opportunity. So a big thank you to all the commentators and to all of the admin in One Hub. If it was not for you guys, we wouldn't be doing this, and I wouldn't be racing on a Friday pretending I'm Nigel Mansell. So a big thank you to everyone and to all the drivers, because one link in the chain is gone, it don't work. And especially to all the drivers in P2 I raced with. A lot of fun, and hopefully I'll see you all in season 23.
Yes, indeed. So thank you to all the commentators. I think they've been the most reliable bunch that we've ever had, I think, at One Hub as well. I had no problems at all this season. You pretty much you kept me stress-free. I didn't have any stress from you guys this season, so that was saying something. So thank you to you too. Thank you to obviously all the management as well that was making One Hub Racing happen. Obviously, we didn't have Nick with us this season. He was busy with his real-life job with a restaurant. So, yeah.
To interrupt you, Jess. Can we just... obviously, Nick's been very, very busy with his job, and so there's been a hell of a lot of stress on Lukey and Jess. And I just hope that everyone in the chat gives them a lot of love, because the amount of work that they put in to enable us to race on a Friday night is unbelievable. They're both legends.
Yeah, it was quite hard, I think, without Nick, but I think we learned quite a lot, and I think I know now that running a league is a lot difficult than I thought it was going to be. But at least I learned what we could do better for next season. So, a big thank you to everyone who was involved as well for this season. Thank you to all the stewards as well, especially with the likes of obviously Kingen, Scorpion, and our newest recruit, our newest steward, Rageman. All three of them have done an excellent job making sure that the racing standards were up to par. So thank you to all three of them as well for making sure, the racing standards were good as well. And obviously our newest recruit, another newest recruit into the management team, our head of media. Now, you know him very well, don't you, Colin Ratesy? I'll have to agree, he's done a brilliant job filling into the shoes of Indecisive. So thank you, Ratesy, for your brilliant media day questions for the last 10 weeks.
He's been brilliant. Fair play to Ratesy. Obviously, he's a fellow Red Dragon team member. Top bloke, cracking driver as well. For some reason, we always end up within a couple of thousandths of each other in qualifying. It's hilarious. We're like twins. But no, he's a top bloke, and he put some difficult questions to me as well, swine.
And to me as well. Mine was quite difficult when I answered mine, but thank you, Ratesy. I can't wait to see what he can do very soon. Me and Lukey will be having a meeting soon with Nick in a couple of weeks' time to discuss about this season as a whole and what we could do for future seasons. So we will find out soon the plans for future seasons as well. Season 23 coming up as well. So you will find out soon what is going on. But we will promise we will keep you updated. Tomorrow there will be a form going out to everybody. So please, if you have raced with us this season or commentated or just been a management member with us, please fill out the form going out tomorrow. Any feedback will help One Hub improve a lot for seasons to come. So please fill out the form as well. But my final thank you goes to Colin for joining me for tonight. It's been a lot of fun.
My pleasure. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's been brilliant, and well done to all the prize winners.
Yes, well done to all the prize winners indeed. So for myself and Colin, thank you for joining us tonight. Thanks for a brilliant season 22. I was thinking of another league there. 22. I wish there was 32 seasons of One Up. Oh my God. See you hopefully very, very soon for the next One Hub racing season. And join us this Friday at 7 p.m. for the All-Star race. Have a good evening, everybody. Bye-bye.
All right.